Super Carlin Brothers is sponsored by BetterHelp. The holidays are a time of traditions, like making your grandmother's pudding recipe or watching that movie you've seen 1,000 times. Incorporating therapy into your life can help you take time for yourself during what can be a joyful but sometimes tough time of year. This December, start a new tradition by taking care of you. Visit betterhelp.com/super for 10% off. Hey, brother! And welcome to the Department of Questionable Magical Theories, where today Jay and I are going to be pulling bad theory ideas out of a hat and on the cuff, off the cuff, trying to come up with a worthwhile explanation as to support why that theory could be true.
Right, we are going to defend bad theories on the fly, see if we can make them canon in real life. You get to watch the juices flow in real time in what we're calling Theories from a Hat.
Brother! Okay, Jay, because it's the holiday season, I have a festive-themed hat here, and what you are going to do is reach into the hat. You are going to retrieve a theory, you are going to read it to me, and you and I together will come up with a theory.
Okay, all right. Let's see, what do we got? All right, theory. Neville is the chosen one. They're just testing stuff on Harry, and he keeps making it through.
Okay. So, the idea here is that obviously we know that as the 7th month dies, per the prophecy,
right,
could explain either Harry or Neville.
Could be Harry or Neville. This theory is that Harry isn't actually the chosen one, and Dumbledore is just like, Neville's the guy.
Right.
Clearly.
We need to protect him, but we need to see how someone like this
The good news is I've got a spare.
Kill the spare! Avada Kedavra! No!
Oh no!
I got a spare.
The spare!
We can send through it first to see what Voldemort's thinking.
So he's like, listen, McGonagall, Snape, Flitwick, Quirrell, we're all good.
Right.
Harry's never gonna make it through the challenges at the end of year 1, but we'll get a feel for what someone in this category could possibly be good at.
Right, we know Voldemort's coming, so we are going to, because he is okay with killing Harry anyway. Right, but this would suppose that he's less okay with we don't want Neville to die. We need Neville to live. Right, because he has to defeat the big bad, because one can only die at the hands of the other. Right, so we really need to know what we're up against. So here's what I'm thinking. Year 1, we're going to have this whole Philosopher's Stone situation going down. Now,
because I got my friend, Mr. Flamel. He's
right?
665. He doesn't want one more.
He doesn't want to go out on 666.
No.
You know, he's pretty old. He's out. So what we're going to do, we're going to set up the chamber for we'll watch them throughout the year, and what they watch them. They're like, all right, this is working out. Harry and Neville actually kind of friends. This is good.
Right, yeah.
And then there's Ron and Hermione. They've all sort of paired up. They're a little bit of okay, here's what we're going to do. Harry, he was the one who was attacked as a kid.
Sure.
Right?
Probably after Dumbledore was like, hey, Sirius, what if you make Peter the Secret Keeper instead?
Right. So Harry was attacked as a kid. So the good news for Dumbledore is that everyone thinks it's Harry. Everyone thinks Harry is the guy.
Right, exactly.
But Dumbledore's it's not Harry, it's Neville.
The ultimate misdirect.
He's he's pulling the Sirius. He's this is a misdirect. Everyone's going to go for Harry. Right, so Harry's going to motivate Neville, but we're going to, okay, so we'll start with the herbology, because I want Neville to get, I want him to establish himself as, the leader who has to get through the first task, right?
Of course.
We'll get past Fluffy, that's no problem. They're definitely going to, Hagrid, we'll just tell him to spill the beans.
I shouldn't have told you that.
They'll get down there, and then Neville will have to establish himself as the leader to get past the Devil's Snare. What's that? Neville didn't come? They attacked him! That's hard.
This has gone non according to plan.
Is there a chance the 3 of them die now? They got through it. Okay, that was close. Wow.
Ron almost died? That's
died?
not quite good enough. We were hoping for a little more damage.
Are you a witch or not?
So, the other thing too, though, that would help support this idea is that, Harry has the whole conversation with Dumbledore about the prophecy at some point down the line in Order of the Phoenix. And Harry's sort of so I've got to be the one to kill him. And Dumbledore's got to! Of course you got to! But Dumbledore is it's got nothing to do with the prophecy. Not everything in the Hall of Prophecies comes to pass.
Right.
Neville is the chosen one.
Right.
None of the rest of this matters.
Right. Yeah, of course you've got to try, because what if you succeed? That'd be awesome.
Right, yeah. It's
hey, go ahead and try,
Do. Or do not. There is no try.
I don't mind. I don't care how Voldemort's defeated. I know Neville has to do it. Like, but I don't really put stock by the prophecy. And you've been doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Right? Neville, just be protected, dude.
Get in there, man.
He just keeps sending Harry, and Harry's just really good at it.
That's exactly it. Because that's the other thing, too, is that the whole premise of Dumbledore's big plan is that every single thing that's happening is supposed to, like, prepare Harry for the future. But, like, it's also one of those things where it's like Harry is making it through too much. He never should have won.
Right.
Yeah.
He keeps surviving because Harry's just an exceptional person. Here's the thing. The prophecy says that Voldemort will mark him as his equal. So you'd have to be waiting for a moment like, wait, does Voldemort ever actually mark Neville? Yes. It is actually at the Battle of Hogwarts when he puts the sorting hat on his head, lights him on fire.
Yeah.
Bad news. That's it. That's him finally actually marking Neville as the chosen one. Near the very end. Like, pages to go. Okay?
Yeah.
There you go.
So you think Dumbledore's, like, in his, like, little white tomb, like, hey!
He's like, I did it. And then Neville kills Nagini, and he's like, that was so fast. Prophecies are so cool. Man.
So close.
So close.
And then Harry charges through.
And then Harry's like, what, Harry's back?
He's back.
He died!
He died. Pretty sure. Harry even kind of told Neville, you need to be the chosen one instead of me.
He even tells Neville at the end, if I can't finish the job, you need to be the one to kill the snake. Kill the snake?
Right.
Kill the snake.
Kill the snake. And then Harry dies. Turns out that was the right call. Whew, boy,
Yeah.
that worked out too.
Right.
This kid is good. Maybe he should be the chosen one.
Why is it always me?
All right.
At the very last moment, Dumbledore in his, I don't know, limbo, wherever Dumbledore is sort of like, okay, I'm changing mind. I think it's Harry now. And then Neville promptly slices the head off Nagini, and he's like, dang it.
Oh, man.
Dumbledore's like, you know what the real thing is? Dumbledore can't get it right.
Yeah, Dumbledore, he can't quite get it. This has also been why Snape is so mean to Neville all the time. He's like, look, Snape, erode his confidence. Erode it. We cannot have him rushing into danger.
Right.
We can't. You need to, like, just pound him down. Don't let him get an inch to hang by, because look what Harry's doing.
Right.
Look what Harry's doing. We know he can't be the chosen one. Look who his dad was. Arrogant A. A
second letter. You know, even the Quidditch match in year one, it's sort of like, okay, so Harry showed up right away. He's making a splash. People seem to like him. You know, I'm pretty sure he got the loudest cheer when he was sorted into Gryffindor out of any of the other students. He's quite popular. Dumbledore's like, you know what? Here's the thing. I'll put him on the Quidditch team. It'll be okay. And then it'd be like, I won't go to the Quidditch match. Quirrell is gonna try to kill him. I'll do nothing about it.
I'll do nothing about it. You know what? Even the Madam Hooch. I think Hooch then has to almost be in on it.
Okay.
Because it's first day of flying lessons, and what happens? Neville immediately gets hurt, and Madam Hooch is like, whoa, we can't have you going down, sir. All right, I'm taking you out of here, personally escorting you to the hospital wing.
Everyone's to keep their feet firmly on the ground while I take Mr. Longbottom to the hospital wing.
You other, like, very irresponsible 11-year-olds with broomsticks, just don't move, right? That's gonna work.
Right.
That's a great idea.
Right.
It's fine. This is, honestly, that feels like something to be like, it doesn't even matter. Like, just hire Gilderoy Lockhart for a year. Like the big picture, Hooch. Big picture. If Neville's going down, I want you side by side to that hospital wing, because we got to make sure he's okay, right? Can't have him hurting his wand hand out there flying. Leave the other ones. Who cares what happens to them? Wow, Harry's good at Quidditch.
Howdy. This kid. He just keeps surprising.
Yeah.
All right.
That
was pretty good.
Neville's the chosen one. There you go.
Love it. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Fred and George are adopted Pruitts.
That makes everyone in the family.
Okay.
So these would be Fabian and Gideon's, one of Fabian or Gideon's sons.
Correct.
And post their death, Molly's like,
I'll adopt them.
I
mean, right away, we know that the Weasleys are very good people.
Yes.
And that they would be like a chief contender for someone who could have adopted Harry as a baby.
We've done that theory.
That's
Harry and Hufflepuff.
Ron and Hufflepuff.
But
yes, so it's like the whole idea there basically is that like plenty of wizarding families would have loved to have like taken Harry in and raised them as their own.
Right.
And so in this particular case, you have a situation where Molly and Arthur are not a member of the First Order of the Phoenix.
Right.
However, Fabian and Gideon Molly's two brothers
Right.
are.
Right.
And the F and G in Fred and George come from Fabian and Gideon.
Right.
Like, that's where those F and G names come from.
Right.
And we know that Fabian and Gideon from Moody, when he's showing Harry the Order of the Phoenix photo, says that they were attacked, but they took down like 5 Death Eaters with them or something.
Something, yeah.
So pretty
yes, took
fierce.
5 to bring them down.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. And this is actually part of our theory where we think that's where Voldemort got the Sword of Godric Gryffindor from.
Right, because these would be like 2 true Gryffindors who could have like pulled it. And
Could have pulled it.
Voldemort was attempting to create a circumstance where a worthy Gryffindor
Right.
would summon the Sword of Gryffindor.
Because the lore of the sword is known.
Exactly.
Based on what Rufus Scrimgeour tells Harry.
Right,
Yes.
yes. So the idea there is that he is trying to flush the Sword of Gryffindor so that he can turn it into his final Horcrux. Because
Right.
we also know that this is like leading up to the fall of Lord Voldemort.
Right.
But so the idea...
They're Molly's older brothers.
They're Molly's older brothers.
Older brothers. So, I mean, obviously Molly has a lot of kids. So she would have, obviously, kids older than them. But
She would have Bill,
Yeah.
Charlie, Percy, and then she would adopt Fred and George.
Right, adopt Fred and George, and then have Ron.
Yes.
Right.
So the other thing here is that when Ron is made prefect, Molly lets slip. That's everyone in the family.
That's everyone in the family.
Yes.
Right. And then Fred and George are like, what are Fred and I, next door neighbors?
Right.
Right. They do act differently than literally everyone else because, like, they say, like, oh, Bill was head boy, Charlie prefect, Charlie was Quidditch captain, like, Percy prefect. It's like, they make it sound like those are 3 different things, but when she says everyone in the family, that also means that Bill and Charlie were both prefects as well.
You're right.
Right.
It does mean that.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's like, it would be a little bit of a disastrous and very sad Freudian slip on Molly's part.
It would.
To say that's everyone. I mean, it's already kind of rude that she's like, that's everyone in the family. It's like,
yes.
What about Fred and George?
I know.
Like, how do you
they're
mean?
in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, woman, you call yourself our mother.
That, I mean, it's not impossible because they easily, they're still twins, so they can only be of Fabian or Gideon.
Correct.
So one of them has twins and does the F and G thing as a reference to their own brother and themselves.
Right.
Right. And then they die, Molly adopts them, has Ron, Harry is born. Yeah, like, it could absolutely math out.
The math, I think, is there.
The math is there. We don't know about Fabian and Gideon's spouses or if they had them.
I mean, I guess you could make the light argument that if Molly and Arthur did not enter the Order of the Phoenix, because they do the second time around, but they're raising a young family during the First Wizarding War, which is the reason that they exclude themselves. So the thought there would be that Fabian and Gideon maybe didn't have families, if you wanted to make that discussion.
You could. I mean, but then you could flip it right around on its own self and say that the Weasleys still had a big family the second time around and they joined anyway.
Say that again?
Like, the Weasleys, like Molly and Arthur, still joined the second time, even though they still have a family.
Even though. Yes, of course.
Right.
Yeah, so there's nothing to say that you wouldn't. I mean, and for that matter, Frank and Alice Longbottom have Neville. James and Lily have Harry.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
So, like, we have other Order members who are actively, still having kids
children.
and still being involved with
I mean,
the fight.
Remus and Tonks have a kid.
They do, yeah. In the Second Wizarding War.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think there's anything against that. And then the red hair thing, Molly, Fabian and Gideon also canonically have the red hair.
Right,
So they could tuck right in.
So it tucks right in. It's not impossible for this to be true and for it to simply be a Freudian slip when Molly says, that's everyone in the family.
Right.
Right. And they are then unaware that they're adopted.
Right.
I guess.
Yes. The other big funny thing about this, not funny, because it's pretty sad.
And you call yourself our mother.
Oh, no!
Honestly, woman.
Oh, I'm sorry, George.
There you go.
Shoot.
Uh-oh. There's another line. Now there's like little hints.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I hate that you said that, but it was so perfect.
I know.
Okay, all right, we'll leave it there. We're also going to pause right there to give a huge thank you to today's sponsor, Factor. The holiday season is about so many things. Time well spent with family, exchanging gifts, rest, relaxation, and food. Indulgent food. And also the phrase, calories don't count on a holiday. We've all been there, right? Not just That's just me. I'm here to say, live your best, but also simply recognizing this pattern can help us to solve it, thanks to Factor. Because it's not all just temptation and delicious treats, it's bustling schedules, going to grandma's, caroling. Probably. Do people still carol? I don't know. Meaning, finding the time to eat healthy is just as difficult. But with Factor, you get chef-prepared meals that are never frozen and ready to be consumed in just 2 minutes. And just like that, you've not just enjoyed the holidays, you've defied their pesky intrusion on your eating habits. I'm so proud of you. And we love Factor at our house. In fact, I'll start the day with one of their smoothies and end it with their truffle butter filet mignon. Yes, please. So eat smart at factormeals.com/super50off and use code super50off to get 50% off your first box. Plus, free breakfast for 1 year. That's code super50off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. This exclusive holiday offer won't last, so lock in your savings before the New Year rush. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Link in the description down below. And now back to the video. Back to the video.
All right, do me the honors, brother.
Here we go. Theory. Dobby is a creation of Regulus's who saw the value in elves as a way to undermine Voldemort's regime. The Blacks have a long lineage of house elves.
Okay,
so wait. Meaning a creation of Regulus's?
So Regulus like breeds
house.
I don't know if he breeds house elves, but like breeds Dobby.
Okay.
And okay. Because
so then he's related to Kreacher, probably.
Could be related to Kreacher.
Kreacher's Dobby's father.
Yes.
Okay.
Kreacher is Dobby's father, would be the explanation.
Okay.
So Dobby is forever has been an odd house elf. Even like within house elves discussing other house elves terms.
Yeah.
But the fact that he is able to go and warn Harry defies all house elf law.
It does.
It seems.
It does.
If they ever knew Dobby was here. But Dobby had to come.
Unless somehow you have a situation like Kreacher where, like, Sirius says, "Get out!
Away with you!"
Of course, Master. Kreacher lives to serve the noble house of Black.
Right.
You know,
he's trying to he otherwise is taking advantage of loopholes, but he does punish himself anyway.
He does punish himself, which I think is like the odd thing about it. It's like Dobby is still bound by aspects of house elf life.
Right.
And yet he's able to overcome certain things that, like, okay, this is the example I want to use, is when Sirius dies, and it's the beginning of Half-Blood Prince, and Dumbledore comes to pick up Harry.
Yeah.
They don't know whether or not Sirius intending for number 12 Grimmauld Place to pass on to Harry worked. Because there could be magic that has higher governance
over the house elves.
Over like the legal document that Sirius would have like put in place.
Right.
So Sirius would say in his will, if I die, Harry gets my house. And what Dumbledore's concerned about is whether or not that counts.
Right.
Or if the property will just be bestowed onto the next highest ranking living member of the House of Black.
Boy, in a really depressing way, that almost proves that, like, the wizards put ownership of house elves, like, it's somewhere inside of, like, real estate law.
Yeah.
That's really bad.
It's not great.
It's really bad.
It's not great, but the way that they prove it, house elves, the way that they prove it is they summon Kreacher to the Dursley living room.
Right.
And Kreacher is not happy about it.
No.
And he is just saying, like, won't.
Right.
And Harry finally says, Kreacher, shut up!
Right.
And
it, like, makes him, like, stop talking.
He, like, can't speak.
Right. Like,
so,
he is bound to do what he is told.
He's bound to do what he is told. Mm-hmm. So, Dobby, you would presume, unless the Malfoys are just really bad at management, which wouldn't
quite possible.
Also possible. Certainly.
I mean, certainly they're going to underestimate him almost no matter what.
Which is a whole part of Voldemort's regime,
and
is that he underestimates house elves.
And I mean, this could fall into, like, the realm of, like, maybe they don't have to give Dobby a direct order of, like, don't tell Harry Potter. It's just like Dobby overhears it and doesn't have an order one way or another. You know?
Okay.
It's just sort of like, he can go do it. He has the free will to go do it. If they had told him not to, I don't think he could.
Right.
Like, he'd literally be unable to.
And that would be the thing, is whether or not he was instructed in that particular capacity.
He clearly knows he is on the fringe and, like, exploiting some sort of, like, amount of free will-based loophole in slavery. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so, okay. Then the other piece, why Regulus, is going back to the fact that Regulus turncoats on Voldemort after Voldemort requests Kreacher to be involved in the protection of the locket.
Yeah.
And ultimately, he is the one who breaks through the defenses, steals the locket, and Kreacher is sent back with it.
Right.
But, like, that's a big enough deal. It's the house elf that matters to him. Like, that is what ultimately makes him see Voldemort for who he truly is.
Right.
But that could also be Regulus discovering a weakness, like a chink in the armor of Voldemort.
Yeah.
So it's like, what I need is a house elf.
Right.
And go and plant it.
Right.
And Dobby seems younger to me than, like, Kreacher.
He definitely seems
Pokey.
younger than Kreacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who is the Crouches? Winky. Winky seems like about the same age.
Maybe the same
Maybe,
age. Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
But, okay, so, and it's not hard to imagine that the Regulus could confer with, you know, Aunt Narcissa to make a house elf.
Right.
Right. We don't know how long Dobby has been the Malfoy's house elf.
But it's also important to point that out because Narcissa, Andromeda, and Bellatrix are all of the family of the House of Black.
Right.
But they are not directly related or in-house with Regulus and Sirius.
Yes.
But the House of Black seems to have, like, a very specific relationship with their house elf lineage.
They sure, I mean, they're mounted to the wall.
They're mounted to the wall.
Yeah.
So clearly they're getting, and I think that, like, the one mounted before Kreacher, if Kreacher, you know, Kreacher's alive, is his mother.
Okay.
So it's like they are.
It is like a bloodline.
It's a bloodline,
which makes sense because they care about pure bloodedness.
They do.
Yeah.
But so that might mean that if Narcissa, who is a member of the House of Black, goes on to live with the Malfoys, that, like, Regulus could, like, gift them a house elf.
Right.
As like a thing
that
he might have unique access to.
Right. And just sort of like, well then, yeah, so how is he teaching Dobby these things then?
Well, that would be the thing. It would almost be like instructing Dobby from, like, a transformative moment. Because the idea with the house elves is that they've been brainwashed.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they're not magically they're not magically servants.
Well, no, but except that they're literally, like, he's magically bound to do what Harry says.
Right. Okay. You're right. Yeah. So there is a magical relationship that somehow exists amongst them.
Right.
But if Regulus, like, bypassed some of, like, the early magic,
right?
Like, what you would have to assume is that Dobby is closer to what a naturally occurring elf should be.
Right. Like, maybe he was like he's raised in the Malfoys, like, house and told all the rules. Right. But it's not literally bound to them the way the other ones are.
Exactly.
Right, I see.
Yes.
I see.
So Dobby is not a house elf. Dobby is an elf.
Of course, I'm an elf.
Dobby is an elf.
Notably.
A
free elf.
A free elf.
Dobby has no master. Dobby is a free elf.
So he can sort of do the things. And he shames himself into punishing himself.
Right.
Based on what he is told his culture is.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I mean, I don't know how much, like, so then Kreacher has to, like, learn about the cave, orchestrate this entire thing, and then decide to go do something about the Horcruxes. Right?
Regulus has to learn about the cave, do something, and then, yes.
Yeah, so I guess we don't know what the gap of time is between Kreacher hiding the Horcrux with Voldemort and then Regulus deciding to do something about it himself is.
Right.
Right. But...
So if you were to assume that was a greater period of time, it could open a window for Regulus to have done something.
Right.
And then the importance of Dobby to the overall story is massive.
Oh, he's huge, yeah.
I mean, he goes in and he helps Harry on so many numerous occasions in such massive ways that make the plot take huge steps forward.
And Dobby has come to save Harry Potter and his friends.
Yeah.
And he's ultimately the one to get him out Malfoy Manor.
Exactly. And we have the whole theory that Regulus might have been like the first chosen one anyway. So this would be sort of like him like shooting an arrow towards the next one.
Yeah.
It's like my agent helped you.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, he's like the link between the two is Dobby. Plus, then it's fun that Dobby and Kreacher they don't know their father and son, I guess.
Yeah, they don't.
In this scenario,
right?
Dobby saw Kreacher in Diagon Alley, which Dobby thought was curious.
But then they both hunt down Mundungus Fletcher or whatever.
Yeah.
And hilariously, that's like a whole quest. That would come full circle because Regulus is after the locket, and now Harry is using Kreacher, who helped hide the locket, Dobby, who was sent to Harry by Regulus as a helper, and himself to all converge on the locket, which then leads them to Umbridge. Boom!
Alrighty, here we go. Oh boy! Hermione is a Death Eater.
She's... The whole time, deep undercover.
Well, you know what? Deep cover is kind of a big thing for this series.
It is. There's plenty of deep undercover agents.
Right. You got Snape, who is like basically the entire plot arc.
Right.
You've got Barty Crouch Jr.
Yeah, Barty Crouch Jr.
Goblet of Fire. So there's that.
Peter, I guess.
Okay. But so here's the thought.
Okay.
Right. You know who's surprisingly good at magic?
Hermione. Yeah.
You know who comes from supposedly a family of a Muggle family?
Right.
Hermione.
Pure blood Muggle.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So it's like how so? How so? So maybe what we have going on here is that Hermione isn't this like. I mean, she is studious. We know that.
Obviously.
It's impossible to get past that. Like, there's too many examples.
I checked this out weeks ago for a bit of light reading.
This is light.
But maybe she's been training her whole life for this.
Right.
And like the whole like mudblood thing is just part of her cover.
Right.
And because
so this means she has to constantly be trying to steer Harry either into danger or like away from the source.
Yes.
Right.
One or the other.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
Right. But yes. So it's like she is supposed to be the person who is like existing right next to Harry all the time, which like on one hand she also does throughout seemingly every holiday.
Right.
She's never going home.
Never going home.
You know, she doesn't need more orders.
Who are those parents?
Dentists.
Supposedly. Good cover.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't invite a lot of questions.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Exceptional magical ability.
Exceptional magical ability.
If there's one area that she lacks in, it's defense against the dark arts.
That's true. That's true.
Right?
Okay, so this means she's working as an agent of Voldemort the whole time.
Right.
More or less, right? Okay, so in the end of book 1, right? They do the potions,
Yes.
right? Where does Hermione send Harry? To a one-on-one meeting with Voldemort.
Right.
Harry, just be careful.
No
Into a locked room.
Into a locked room.
Beneath the school.
Yes.
Surrounded by fire.
Okay, book 2. Hermione figures out. She maybe doesn't know, because no one really knows all the secrets. Like, Voldemort himself doesn't know what's happening in book 2, so Hermione's having to backtrack herself. What does Hermione do, though? She figures out what the monster is, goes to the book in the library, rips that page out, petrify me, please.
Right.
Hides the information.
Hides it.
Accidentally hand delivers it, but makes it very hard to get to.
But once again, though, this is a situation where the direct actions of Hermione are what send Harry into a direct confrontation with Voldemort.
That's true. That's true. You're right. You're right. Okay. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting pretty good here. Let's see. What does she do in Prisoner of Azkaban then? So we have the whole time turner situation. Things are about to get wonky.
Right.
Okay. So Sirius Black is on the loose. She figures out all the truth about Sirius Black and stuff like that. Peter gets away. Dumbledore comes in and says, you gotta use the time turner. Harry says, why don't we go grab Peter right now? And she says, no!
Harry, you can't.
Hermione, that's the man who betrayed my parents. You don't expect me to just sit here.
Yes, and you must.
Don't do that!
Right.
It won't work, Harry.
It won't work.
It won't work. Harry's like, let's go see my dad. And she's like, no!
Right.
She tells Harry not to grab Peter, right? And what happens?
Dark Lord shall rise again.
Voldemort comes back. Yeah.
Boom.
Okay.
Okay.
Over 3, Granger. 0 for 3.
You know what? And then when you get to Goblet of Fire, Harry's name ends up with the Goblet of Fire. I don't think Hermione knows anything about that.
Nope.
However, there's 2 people who seem to be working at rather aggressively to make sure Harry makes it through that tournament. Barty Crouch Jr. and Hermione Granger.
Oh my gosh. And everyone gives Ron such a hard time for being like, Hermione, he's going with Durmstrang. That's the enemy. That's the dark arts school.
You're fraternizing with the enemy.
The enemy?
Who's Hermione? Hermione's like, she's like, Ron, that's preposterous. How dare you say that about Durmstrang, you small-minded person?
Besides, the whole point of the tournament is international magical cooperation.
He's totally right.
These are my friends.
These are my friends.
From back home.
My pen pals.
Right.
Exactly. Okay. All right. Goes to the Yule Ball. She's like, look, one night, I gotta have some fun.
Right, naturally. I cut loose.
I gotta go hang out with my actual buddies for once.
Right.
Over in Durmstrang. In the meantime, I'll be getting Harry through that maze.
That's right.
No problem. No problem. Even when he goes down in the lake, I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making sure we're not missing anything.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, of course she does miss things because she's, unconscious or in some type of weird sleep thing.
Yeah.
But still.
Yes. Okay. It teaches them how to do the summoning charm, right? That gets them past the dragon. That's what they want. That's what they want.
Yep.
Harry comes back out of the maze. She's like, are you kidding me, bro? I sent him there. I trained him. Her and Moody are like, that was their conversation.
Yeah. What do you think about the last thing, man?
Kill him.
Oh, yeah. I was just kidding.
Yeah. Order of the Phoenix!
Okay,
Order of the Phoenix. Harry gets there. Despite them spying on the Order all year, guess what they could tell Harry?
Only what?
Only Dumbledore made us swear not to tell you anything.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Yes.
Yeah,
she's
not
like,
helpful.
So beforehand, she's like, Ron, we can't tell him anything about what's been going on. And Ron's like, I'm pretty sure we should tell him. Because this is like a weird situation. Because like eventually, like Harry is not allowed to tell anybody about the Horcruxes or what he's up to in the fight against Voldemort.
Right.
And Dumbledore's sort of like, I think it's okay if you tell Ron and Hermione.
Dumbledore said that.
And that's not to say Dumbledore's like out to get Harry, but he's like, if you could tell anybody the secrets, it's those two.
It's those two.
And this is a situation where it's like, there are secrets, and Ron and Hermione are like, we can't tell you.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Plus, how great is it for Voldemort that Hermione's at the literal head of the Order of the Phoenix?
True.
Pretty good.
Yep.
Pretty good for him. Let's see. Of course, she's unable to glean the information to tell him very much else about it.
Well, here's the other thing, though, is that they seem oddly informed that Sirius is the one who would get Harry.
Well, that's true.
To, like, go.
Right.
Right. But, like, Sirius has been in hiding.
Yeah.
He's not been out in the public at all. Who knows that Harry has this very close relationship?
Right, they say it's Kreacher. Kreacher doesn't know.
Kreacher doesn't know.
Kreacher don't know. He don't know.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. You know who knows?
Hermione.
Hermione Granger.
That's right. That's right. Yep. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Even Hermione, you could even say this, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? Well, like, Hermione's at the school, she's like, this Umbridge woman might be like a problem for Voldemort.
Oh.
For Big V. She's like, I gotta get rid of this woman.
Right.
I don't like her.
I don't like her.
Problem. She's like, don't worry, Big V. I got rid of real competition. That Potter kid, he's not really a problem. But I sent this other lady. She was a problem. I sent her to a pack of centaurs. You'd have loved it.
It was great.
It was great. It was great. And like, unless Dumbledore goes in there, like himself, which he's not even here. She's like, she's dead. I killed her.
I killed her.
I did it.
I killed a guy.
What's that? Dumbledore! Ah!
Okay, then you go to Half-Blood Prince. You want to know who's really, really, really upset about the advanced potion making book, despite the fact that Hermione is studious about books all the time, and Harry all of a sudden is doing amazing in potions lessons? Hermione. What's up with that? She's like, he's getting too good. He's learning too much.
Learning too much.
I'm not controlling
Can't control
the knowledge
this
base anymore. Exactly.
Yeah, and then you're like, what is Slughorn's memory? What is it? You'd think then, I guess, does he know about the 7? Because she's on the Horcrux hunt with Harry.
Yeah.
She destroys one.
She does.
You know?
Oh, yeah. That's true. So maybe she eventually turns.
That's what we have to kind of come up with.
Right. There must
Ron
be a moment.
has been there the whole time. This is Ron's real role.
That's Ron's real role.
He flips Hermione. Hermione!
That's it.
He flips her!
Hashtag Ron Hermione for
There you
life.
go.
I've been saying
We've
it for
been saying
years.
it the whole time.
For the whole time.
Ron and Hermione are great together.
For years,
He
people.
brings her to the light side.
Hermione's no Death Eater, not anymore at least.
Yeah, right?
Ha! We see through you.
You know, because guess what? She finally gets rid of Ron, right? When they're out there, he's like, I'm out. Hermione's like, it's about time. Okay, now that we're like down to reinforcement, you know where I do think's a good idea, Harry? Godric's Hollow. Godric's Hollow. No reason. Not like another secret agent there or something.
Right.
I'll just let you go into the attic with her by yourself for some reason. Don't worry.
And then it's gonna be like, oh no, Harry's being attacked. I should totally go and help. It's like, oh, there's Harry's wand on the floor.
Boom!
It's like, Nagini must have hit it.
Oh no!
It was an accident.
Let me go send an owl. I got the wand. I did it.
As we were leaving Godric's Hollow, I cast a curse and it rebounded.
Yay!
Woo! Jazz hands.
Yes, Hermione was big on
jazz hands.
Dearest Big V.
Dearest Big V.
I got it.
Got it.
Hermione Jean Granger. P.S. Jazz hands.
P.P.S. Show this to Nagini. P.P.P.S. LOL. She doesn't have hands. What a loser. Send.
Hermione's secret rival is Nagini. All right. And we did it. Hermione's a Death Eater. One more.
Harry Potter is actually a Lockhart-esque author writing a story glorifying himself. I've heard this one before, and it's like a funny one, right? So it's like in the story, Gilderoy Lockhart has written a bunch of books that are like Gilderoy Lockhart and the Year with the Yeti.
Right.
Gilderoy Lockhart and Dances with Werewolves or whatever.
You're right, yeah.
Yeah.
Walks with Werewolves.
Walks with Werewolves. Yeah. And so the thing is, the Harry Potter books have such a similar naming convention themselves, wherein it's Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. So in this scenario, it's not J.K. Rowling who was writing Harry Potter. It is Harry Potter who was writing Harry Potter.
Yes.
About how great Harry Potter is.
Right.
Yes. And inside the story is, of course, Gilderoy Lockhart, who's doing the same thing.
So then if you were to go to year one, because we've often had the situation where it feels like if you've got each of the various installments of the of the protection from the Sorcerer's Stone.
Right.
Like, one is clearly designed for Ron. One is clearly designed for Hermione. Like, whatever. You've got the keys, which feels like the Harry task. But then there's, like, the herbology section, which feels like it's supposed to be there for Neville.
Right.
But then it's sort of like... So, like, if Neville is actually the hero of book one, of somehow...
Because he's the chosen one.
Because he would be the chosen one.
Right.
The idea would almost be that, like, Harry would be like, oh yeah, we knocked out Neville before we even left.
Here's the full circle. Neville was the chosen one, but Harry obliviates his memory and writes the story about himself.
Whoa!
What?
Oh no!
Mm-hmm. And then he just swaps their places in the story. There you go.
Oh my gosh. So, because it would make so much sense too, because you would have the person.
Because what then happened to Harry's parents? They lost their minds, just like Gilderoy Lockhart. And Neville's parents are the real ones who were murdered by Voldemort. And now Harry is just like, wow, that seems like a really great story. I bet I could fool some muggles with this.
Yeah.
Well, let me go ahead and...
Wish, wash, whoosh.
He's like, I know, you remember what happened to my parents, Neville? Well, guess what? It's happening to you now. Boom. And you're sent to St. Mungo's right there. Boom. Which is where Lockhart ends up. That's his nod to the story inside the story.
Inside the story.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
Oh, it's because it would be so bad too to like even to have that discovery. Like, it would be like if Neville found out eventually that he's been living this like really difficult life, and it's like you could have been the most important person.
Right.
And yet Harry got to be it instead.
It's why he writes Neville to be so bumbling.
Right.
Right? Right? Because it was actually him. It was actually him.
Why is it always me?
All the things happening in the story that happened to Neville were actually Harry, who's writing the book, but now making Neville look terrible.
Right.
By comparison.
Yes, and so like even that flying lesson that we talked about earlier, it's like maybe Neville steps out there and it's just like he just like shoots off the ground and like immediately is amazing.
Right.
And Harry's sort of like gonna rewrite that to go differently.
Guess what happened? Neville broke his wrist and cried like a baby. Whoops!
Whoopsies!
Look who stepped in. Harry Potter was amazing. He didn't know how, but he was effortlessly good at something without trying. That's a thing that's real. He beat Draco Malfoy, the coolest kid in school, at flying. It happened because I said so.
But I don't talk about that.
Me, Harry Potter, the chosen one, not Neville.
No way. No way. Yeah.
It could have been 2 kids, and it was me. It was me. He's just some jaded, bitter old man.
He is.
Harry Potter
He's
back
just
there.
rewriting the story.
Man.
And we bought it hook, line, and sinker.
We bought it. He's like, here's the real trick. I'm not even going to write it as myself.
Right.
I'm going to change my name. That way. And then I'll make up a story about how that name was changed. And then people will follow that hook as well. Wow. My goodness.
This is the kind of feel-good Harry Potter content you people are looking for on the internet, right?
Exactly.
Our main character, our hero, the selfless one, the chosen one, is in fact
Gilderoy Lockhart,
fraud.
a con man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
And you believed it.
It's okay.
So did we. But now we're good. Anyway, guys, this has been Theories from a Hat.
We hope you've enjoyed.
Yeah.
If you guys have any more potential theory ideas like this that you want to drop in the comments down below, or if you'd like to let us know if you liked this format of show, also let us know, and maybe we'll do more of them in the future. But otherwise, until next time, bye!